We
Just
are
wake up.
live. Hello, everyone. Thanks again for coming and joining us today. Today I'm here with Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Hello.
I got to go back so I can see you. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us how we can find you?
Yes, my name is Kelly, and my YouTube channel is Teacher Kelly Tag, and I talk about VIP Kid, Go-Go Kid, and Outschool. I read the weekly reports from VIP Kid and Go-Go Kid every Tuesday. Sometimes after I'm done reading them, then I talk about Outschool too. So yes, that's me.
Good. And I'm Kasie Oswald. I think if you're here, you probably know me, or maybe you're new to my channel. Thanks for coming. We have 4 people in the chat. Feel free to put questions that you may have for Kelly or for me in caps. Also, we do have another teacher coming on to talk about theirs, and I left a link in our group, so I'm not sure if anybody else is coming, but we did want to talk a little bit about our classes that are upcoming, how we make a class or how we decide on what we're going to teach, and maybe any other topics that come up. And we do have a Facebook group that we want to let you know about today. So Kelly, you are the creator of this group. Can you let parents and teachers know about it?
Yes, it's called Outschool Free and Discounted Classes. So teachers can join and advertise a discounted class, give a discount. Parents of Outschool children, please join. There are a lot of teachers in the group giving discounts, some giving away for free or just $1. If I had younger kids homeschooled, I'd want to be part of the group because you don't have to spend a lot of money to be on Outschool, especially with this group.
Right.
Literally, there's lots of classes every day, very discounted.
So I'm trying to get a link. Outschool Free and Discounted. Normally it comes right up for me. Here it is. And you said we can post the link, right, into the group?
Yes, please do. I want more people to join, especially if you have kids. There's a lot of parents offering classes, and we need kids to take these classes, or a lot of teachers offering classes, I should say.
Yeah, and it's a great resource. Super excited today, Kelly. I got to tell you what just happened to me a couple of hours ago. Before I just told Kelly I went out to breakfast and I was super tired after. But before I went out to breakfast, a friend reached out to me, not sure if she's on here or not. And she said that her grandson needs some help with letter sounds. And not sure how many of you know, but I'm a kindergarten teacher. So letter sounds, letter identification is, something near and dear to my heart. So he is on the computer all day long right now taking virtual classes, but she said she just needs a little something to help him, and asked what I could come up with. So we're going to do some small little 30-minute classes. And the great thing about Outschool, as teachers, we can choose how long we want classes to be, how much we're going to charge. My friend and I haven't said all that. This is just, a new thing. Mm-hmm. And also, around the same time, I got asked to make a virtual school for someone. I will not be doing it like 9 to 4, like this student is doing. But so I thought that was really neat too. We're going to talk about how to schedule it and how to do it. It's in the works, but I thought, this is a pretty neat opportunity. So
yes. Is that through Outschool, or are you doing it on your own on the side?
I think it's through a friend, but I will be using the Outschool platform because she's not asking for one-on-one. So she said other students are welcome to come. If you can specifically make some classes for him, we will do it, and then, invite other students. So yeah, I thought that was pretty neat too. So, Hey, Marianne, thanks for coming to say hi. And I know you've been asked to do classes before too, right?
Yes, and I take parent requests very seriously. So if you have an idea for me and you want something, I'll accommodate it. Or if I already have a class and I don't have a time that you like, I try to accommodate all parent requests. So far, I've been able to accommodate every parent request that asked. I had someone from Hong Kong ask, and it was hard to do, but I still found a way to do it. So, if you see one of my classes and say, I don't like that time, I can't do that day, or I like that book, but I like this, I would rather talk about this book, this other book in the same series, I can easily do that.
That's great.
Yeah. So I have a class out about Dogman, one-time class. Kim, she's also a teacher, said, my son wants to talk about A Tale of Two Kitties. So I did the class. Or a parent will say, well, I want a weekly book club. So I've made that. And I actually recently had a parent ask on a Facebook group, oh, no other teachers have book classes about how to train your dragon. So I made a class about that. So yes, I take parent requests.
Great. And what is your specialty? What age group and passion do you have for teaching, do you think?
I would say it's about 5 to 9, more girl classes, but I have Dogman, I have classes. Mm-hmm. And isn't actually what I thought I would do when I started didn't end up being the direction I ended up going in, because you can create classes. So what books, what parents ask for ends up being the direction you, I thought I was going to do more history classes. I thought I was going to do more teenagers, and you kind of end up going in another direction based on what books, what parent like. Yeah, things like that.
I wonder if your history classes will start becoming popular now that kids are back in school. Maybe there's homeschooling parents looking for that type of class. Hey, Jessica, thanks for coming. Jessica, how's the planning of the first Outschool class going? I'm dying to know. So for me, I am a certified elementary school teacher. I have my master's in teaching mathematics. But lower kids math is definitely where it's at for me. Love teaching the babies. I don't really enjoy teaching the older kids math. I wouldn't mind helping on certain subjects, but it's not something that I would jump, feet in first or whatever for, what is it? Jump head first. You know the expression I'm looking for. It's not something I would just jump right into without somebody asking me to do it. I love science, and so far I have 2 STEM classes. So let's talk about our classes that we have been teaching. Why don't you go ahead and go first? I know your American Girl doll has been pretty popular.
Yes, and very popular in the summer, super popular in the summer. It slowed down. I'm still opening classes. I actually had one today, 2 hours ago. So I'm just opening less, but again, I take parent requests if you want that class. That class is purely for fun and socialization, nothing academic about it. It's, and in the summer, kids were home and that's what they wanted, just fun classes. So I'm still opening that up maybe, on Saturdays, maybe every other Saturday. But I also have a bunch of book classes. So already from the summertime, I was doing an Owl Diaries class, and I still am. We're on book 6 this week, if anyone wants to join.
Wow.
But starting this Tuesday, I have a bunch of new book classes starting. So all my ongoing classes, I'm going to try to keep to Tuesdays. That just helps with scheduling in my personal life, although one of the Owl Diaries classes is on Wednesday. So I have Dogman, and we are talking about the very brand new book that just came out, our first class. And I have 2 American Girl book classes, one about the Welly Wishers and another one about contemporary, for little older kids, contemporary American Girl. I haven't done one on the history books yet. I might, but a lot of teachers are already doing that. And wait, one more. I know I'm missing one book class. I'll get back to you. Yeah, Dogman, Owl Diaries, 2 American Girl classes. Wow. And then How to Train Your Dragon. I'm doing a one-time class this way. And if you want a book class and Tuesdays are not a good day for you, I can create just a one-day class. So I had a parent ask for the dog, but she wanted it on the weekend. So I'm created that, not this set, 2 Saturdays from now, if your child can only take weekend classes. Yeah.
Good. So if you want a book class, go ahead and check Kelly's out. She's got one on the weekend if you need it, and lots during the week. Hey, Amy Lou, thanks for coming. Jessica said it is going. Jessica and I talked about what kind of classes she would want to teach, and it's financing, right, Jessica? Let me know if I'm wrong.
That's a good class. Sounds like a good class.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Marianne and I know we are similar in our pre-K, kindergarten type things. Amy Lou, what kind of classes? Amy Lou's on Outschool too, right? We just talked about that today, I think.
I don't know. Did you? Yeah, I don't know. I know she was talking about applying. Did you apply yet, Amy Lou? And are you teaching yet?
Yeah, now I can't remember. Amy Lou, fill us in. Okay, so the classes I have upcoming, I have a bunch of STEM classes in the works. My one for next week is all about caves. Oh man, I had some terrific students in my last 2 cave classes, and really made me prepare more for my next one. The questions from 5-year-olds are amazing. The questions I received from these last 2 classes, I was like, I need to go look that one up. I mean, I know they're smart. I've been working in kindergarten, but some of the rock formation questions, smart little kids. So that one is coming up. You make your own cave and you explore erosion through an experiment. So that's been really fun. I learned how to make a document camera out of my phone so that I can do the experiment and the kids can see it directly on my counter. One of the little guys thought that was awesome. I have sentence building class, which is based on the Handwriting Without Tears, which is now called Learning Without Tears. I bought that set a while ago for my kindergarten class and I love it. Thinking about doing handwriting for kindergarten and pre-K. I have one more class out there. Oh, my letter sounds with Pout Pout Fish. And I have permission from the publisher to read Pout Pout Fish books on Outschool and on YouTube. So those are my classes so far. And Kelly,
I forgot one of mine.
What's that?
Yeah. I forgot to mention one of my classes.
Yeah, what is it?
So I have an ESL creation class for teenagers. I actually created the class a while ago and never really opened it. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know me, if you're a parent on Outschool, I teach ESL online for another company for the past 2 years. So I have experience doing that, but this will be the first time teaching this class. I simply will have a small group of teenagers and we'll talk. And during conversation, I will correct their English and I will try to focus on the small little things that can make the difference between you sounding like a native speaker and not. So, little things, the little things like saying he liked instead of he likes. But that way, if you're going to school and, you want to sound native, you want to fit in, I'll work on those things. Yeah.
Good. Hey guys, how is the video coming in? I'm not sure if it's on my end. I think, Kelly, you're cutting out a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's on my end or for me.
Okay.
Amy said, need to figure out what the heck I would teach. So this is helpful. So the first week, well, before I got started, Danny and Kelly were sending me lists. So I don't know if you guys know, but there are lists that come out from parents to teachers that says the kind of classes that a lot of parents are looking for. And Kelly, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there like over 500 classes on there or something?
Yes. There is a ton. And those are great for ideas if you're new. So that's how I created my American Girl class. It was a request. And several other classes my ESL classes were requests. one of the book classes a request. So yeah, those give you ideas. Those are great for ideas. Yep.
Very good. So Kelly would circle one or Danny would circle one and send it to me. And then I was like, oh, I guess I could do it. Okay, I'm going to try Outschool. And then I went back to my kindergarten bins because, I have a bunch of bins in my garage, totally stacked up, guys. And I looked at my beginning of the year lesson plans and I figured this would be my August and September classes. And then in October, I can move to, some other classes and keep making classes built on what I have from my kindergarten class. So, yeah, I don't know, Amy Lou, what are you passionate about? What do you?
Yeah, actually, Amy Lou, I thought the same thing. That's why I didn't even want to apply to Outschool. But then once you start thinking about it, I mean, Amy Lou, a lot of you have experience fundraising. I mean, you start a class for teenagers, how to fundraise. She fundraised for money for fallen police officers. Yeah. I mean, Amy, there's a class right there for you.
Right. Wow. Yeah, that'd be a neat idea. I was just trying to think of turning that into a class. Not for me. I'm going to stick to the babies.
Yeah.
I think it's really neat how on Outschool we get to choose our classes and our pay and we get to be independent teachers. We get to choose what we'd like. And I know Julie Connor, she teaches things in her profession. She does a lot of mental health things and they can talk about things, but she is a professional. That is her passion. That is what she went to school for. So it's pretty neat. I know Leah Sparrow is all big into horses and stuff. And we talked about her classes on taking care of horses and things like that. I've seen that on Outschool. Guys, I have seen tons of classes on Outschool.
Yes. Anything you can think of is probably things you can't even think of.
Yeah.
I love that too. Yes. And several teachers are doing it now. Yeah, I agree with you, Kasie. I truly feel like an independent contractor with Outschool. They say we're independent contractors with VIP Kid and Go-Go Kid, but not in the true sense of the word like we are with Outschool. We can pick our price. We can give discounts whenever we want. Mm-hmm. We can within reason almost, and with exception of religion, you can teach about anything you want, anything literally. So yes, you can pick your time, anything. You're truly, in this true sense of the word, an independent contractor.
Right. I am trying to get my page to refresh on my iPad. Can someone tell me if you can see? I've tried to post the link twice to Kelly's Facebook group and I placed it underneath, but I can't see it. Can anybody see it? Oh, it's now in the description box. So I did get to refresh it.
I was going to say I could post it if not. Yeah. Yeah,
if you don't mind trying to post it in the chat. So people that are on here now, but it is in the description box now. I think it's an amazing Facebook group that Kelly has created because it is giving parents free or discounted classes. And it also helps teachers. Can I use your example, Kelly, from today?
Yes. Yep.
So Kelly made a discounted class in there, and one of the parents left her just a great review that could help her down the line. So not only did she get a new student who probably wants to take another class with her, she was able to add another learner. So I think it's a great idea to be able to offer classes free and discounted. I haven't learned how it worked yet or how it works. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can tell me really quick.
Yeah. So and thank you to that parent. That was a very nice review, Jerry, if you're watching. So when you go to the class page, you go to where all your learners are. Mm-hmm. Maybe I could show you on my iPad. Okay, let me see. Actually, let me get a class up. Go ahead and talk about something else and I will.
Okay, I can talk. Okay, so it worked when you put it in the group. That's hilarious. I can't put it in my own group. Okay, so there is the link for you. And another thing I want to mention before Kelly comes back on is your first class with Outschool, you can get for free by using one of our links. So Kelly and I will both post our links in the description box, maybe in the chat box if it works. And if you want to become a teacher with Outschool, we can both also help you to become a teacher and to get started. So did you find what you're looking for, Kelly?
Yes, but then I realized I probably shouldn't show.
Oh, because it'll have names.
Yeah. Okay, so go to the page. I'm going to, hopefully it's far enough you can't see, the learner page where you can see the names of your learners. You click on the particular student. Oh. And then on the right side, it says change enrollment. So you click on change enrollment, and then you can refund. There's a part where it says refund. You can either refund for the whole thing if you had to cancel the class, but you can also just refund a partial amount. So if you give the class for half off, the class is $10, you can refund $5. Okay. And they ask for a reason, but I usually just click on other and I put Facebook discount. So you can give a sibling discount. I've done that before. You could tell parents if you're signing up 2 kids, I'll give you the second kid for half price. So yeah. Okay.
So they pay for the full price first and then you refund it?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's more like a refund. Yep.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that? I'm just learning that too. So I haven't put anything in that group yet because I wasn't sure how to go about doing any of that. So if you have questions, just put them in the chat. We'd love to answer them for you. And Marianne, if you're still here or anyone in the chat that's a teacher, let us know what classes you have upcoming. We can tell parents about that while we're on here too. I would love to get the word out because I didn't even know about Outschool and what a great resource this was until just recently.
Yes, it's so awesome. If you know homeschool people, tell them about it because lots of people, not everybody knows this is awesome.
Yeah. I had a parent reach out to me or sign up for one of my classes and said, can you do a different time? We have this time to this time, any day of the week, because we want you to be a part of our homeschool. And I was like, oh, I felt so honored. I'm like, oh, I'm their science teacher for the day, you know?
Yes.
So
it is flattering.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just didn't expect it. Like to be part of the homeschooling, you know, to be a resource for them to use. So I thought this was really neat.
Right.
Kasie, is it true you can't do Harry Potter classes anymore? Candy, I think from what I have researched, you can do certain parts of it or use certain things of theirs. You have to be really careful with copyright. At least I won't do anything that I have to worry about the copyright for, but I know they have asked teachers to take certain classes down or to tweak them. Gosh, I could find some information out about that. If Kasie Morrow jumps on here, she said she might after doing what she's got to do today, she would have more information. Is copyright strict on Outschool? Good question. I don't think it's really an Outschool thing. They definitely say it's your responsibility to check it. You are the independent contractor, but it's really the other companies that notice us on Outschool because let's face it, Outschool is everywhere now. They have Facebook ads and someone probably will see your ad and know that you have something like Harry Potter or Pout Pout Fish or something. So I think it's important to get permission. And I've heard even on Teachers Pay Teachers, a lot of teachers are saying you can't use their things for Outschool or for this type of schooling, which made me a little bit sad because, you know, I'm still teaching. It's not like I'm making more money than I was in the classroom. I'm definitely not. I was very fortunate with a great job where I was. So I'm teaching less students. So I'm like, I will add your resources, let me teach it. So I need to reach out to some of my favorite teacher paid teachers and ask them for use. But I mean, what do you think, Kelly? I don't think it's an Outschool thing. I think it's more of a other businesses.
Yes. And from what I've heard, Harry Potter has been the thing that's been the most problem. So people doing Harry Potter, the company that does Harry Potter, they are pretty strict. Right. Personally, I haven't had a problem. Aside from Harry Potter, I haven't heard a lot of other teachers having anything being a big, huge problem.
Right.
If when you're making your thumbnails for Outschool, just when you Google things, you can narrow your search to only images that are okay for use or something, or take your own picture. My picture for my American Girl class, I just took my own. So,
right.
Yeah.
I'm looking down because I'm looking for Kasie Morrow had sent us I should say ESL, well, the Gypsy Soul had sent us some information that she received from Outschool. If I can find it, I'll definitely let you know more about it. But
let me see if I'll look for it too.
Yeah, we have it in our group chat.
Is it in the? Oh wait, I think I found it. It's in the Outschool.
It's in the Outschool group. I was in the wrong group. We have many groups. Kelly and I are part of I don't know, 6, 7 different groups with each other. So, which I am very thankful to have the friends I have, and I wouldn't have met any of these awesome teachers if it wasn't for VIP Kid and YouTube, and so.
Yeah. Do you want me to read it or read part of it that Kasie put in?
Anything you find would be pertinent. Maybe skip anything that might need to be skipped. I don't remember what it says in there.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe I'll just read the first paragraph because it's pretty long. Okay. Yeah. Outschool has received a demand from Warner Brothers, so it's from Warner Brothers, to remove classes with Harry Potter and related Warner Brothers trademarks in the name if they infringe on Warner Brothers trademarks. Mm-hmm. Outschool takes this seriously, blah, blah, blah. As a guiding principle, classes that use Harry Potter trademarks to draw students in but don't create something new, e.g. Harry Potter trivia, fan clubs, parties, have been unlisted for now. Classes that offer a reading club for Harry Potter book or which build on something new out of Harry Potter world have remained.
Okay, so you could do a Harry Potter book study.
Right. It sounds like the trivia had to go away, the trivia and fun classes, but the serious book studies could stay, is what it sounds like to me. Yeah.
Interesting. I know, with the publisher that I work with, I have to add permissions on every video that I make with using their books. And with the Rainbow Rangers, same thing. I have to make sure that I am adding their statement. They sent me something that says this has to be on your video. So if you get permission, it's kind of, I don't know, it makes me feel better. I don't want to have to worry about copyright. So, hey, Stephanie, thanks for coming. Candy said, are classes transitioning from more fun classes to academic classes? I think Kelly has something to say about that. Yeah.
Yes. If you watch my video, actually I have a video out called rebrand. I forgot what the video is called. Rebranding yourself for the fall or something. So I've definitely seen a decrease in my American Girl class. I used to teach it 3 or 4 days a week, 2 classes a day. And now I'm doing 1 class a week, which is only getting half full, whereas all of those classes used to be full.
Gotcha.
So, and I've got the book classes, which are now starting to book. My Owl Diaries classes, I also said this in the video, I'm getting people stopping their subscription. It's an ongoing class, but then I'm getting new ones signing up. So maybe some kids are going back to school and the homeschoolers are starting to sign up. So it's pretty even. Yeah, so I would say definitely the more academic classes are now booking. I am seeing a definite shift.
Good.
Yes.
Hey, I see some of you have asked to join the free and discounted group already. So neat. Do they have to answer questions or anything, Kelly, when they go to that Facebook group?
No, I'm pretty lenient. I'm just letting, and like so far it hasn't been a problem.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of rules in the group. Yeah, I've not had anyone be a problem yet. So
I think
not strict.
Oops, sorry. I do like her rule that if you get a free or discounted class, you should give, is it 5 stars? Or no stars?
Well,
right?
Okay, so yeah, 5 stars or no stars, because I even had someone recently email me privately. That's against Outschool's policy. So I'm not saying, so you're not allowed to say, I'll give you the discount if you give me 5 stars. That's against Outschool's policy. So you have to offer the discount whether or not the person gives you stars. But I just don't want you giving the person 3 stars after they gave you a $1 class or no class. Send them private feedback with no stars saying this is what I didn't like. How about that? If you really didn't like the class. So
right. And I think that's fair. You know, if I would love to know if there are things I can work on as a teacher. But if you get a class for $1 and then you give, 1 star with no review, that's not helping me become a better teacher. It's not helping other teachers know what your child might need, or I don't know. Does that make sense?
And, yes, and it hurts your business. So getting a 1 star after you help your business by giving someone a free or $1 class, and then they give you a 1 star, that hurts your business. And there is another Facebook group that was doing that kind of a thing. They were saying only honest reviews, and they had rules where you had to give away a class for $1 if you were giving it away that day. So that's kind of a slap in the face if you give someone a class $1 and then you get a 1 star review. So that's why I created my group. I didn't think that rule was fair. So I created my own group where you can't do that. Yes.
Yeah. And it looks like your group is booming, Kelly.
Yeah, it is.
It has really blossomed. So, Candy, are you teaching classes yet on Outschool? I know you were talking about it this morning. I went to breakfast and took a nap since this morning. And I can't remember. I remember we were in the chat talking about some of this, but
yeah, I can't remember either. Candy, I know you've kind of gone back and forth, which I did it for I want to teach, I don't want to teach. I don't know what you settled on. Are you teaching?
I did for months.
Yes. And I did it first too. Probably the first time people asked me, I said, no way, I don't want to come up with my own curriculum.
Yeah.
But those of us who started in the summer, the bookings were awesome. If people who started March to July, kids were home, not doing, my kids, they just stopped going to school and they didn't really have a lot of academics. So parents were looking for stuff. Nobody could go anywhere. Yeah. So that was a good time to start.
Yeah. Good. So let's see, what else did we need? I decided not to do Outschool, but I think it's great that you guys are. Yeah. I just don't have the time. Oh, Candy, I get it. I know it's crazy because I'm like, I don't have any children at home. I should have all of this time. Where did my time go? But you're right. I'm kind of trying to learn on what's working and what can give and what can't right now. So I'm kind of in a weird transition thing where I'm trying to figure it all out. And believe it or not, YouTube takes a lot of my time. And I think that sounds hilarious, but
it does. That's why I don't do that many videos. It does take a long time.
Yeah, the lives are easy because you don't have to edit, but to get, to get the plan ready and to get the thumbnail and the links sent to people and the list of questions, that takes up a little bit. English with Zuma Dreams. Candy, are you working for any other company? Oh, I love that name. Welcome. I don't know. Do we know you? Do you have a new screen name or have we not met you yet? English.
Well, welcome.
That's cute. Yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming. Wow, 10 is here. So Kelly and I both work, I work with 2 companies, Outschool and VIP Kid. And Kelly has a couple. Kelly, you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm most active with Outschool and VIP Kid, but I also work with Go Kid and Cambly. So I don't work as much with those companies, but none of the companies I work for have a minimum number of hours. So
yeah. I was just talking to Marianne the other day, and I said, I've been a brick and mortar teacher for 8 years. I was an aide, and I've been a teacher for 15, 16 years total between my ESL in Japan and things like that. And then I went to online with VIP Kid, and it was a huge change, And then I went to Outschool, and I guess I thought it was going to be like a cross between them, but it is a whole nother story again. It is another learning curve.
Yes. And I don't know, Sincerely Serena had a video that there was some controversy in the Facebook pages that the Outschool teachers didn't like the VIP Kid teachers and didn't think we were good. Yeah, I know. Always in Facebook, there's drama. But I think what we learned from VIP Kid and we bring to Outschool, I think we have an advantage. Like all the things we have to learn, like even, we have to learn to be in camera, we have to learn to be animated, we have to learn to use props, we have to learn to engage the student. I think all of those are qualities that are good on Outschool too. So
yeah, definitely. Can be self-contained class, and I team teach for higher performing special needs students. Great. I have applied in several companies online. Tonight I have an interview with Japan. I'm really looking for the American dream to open my own academy online. Oh, that's great. I know there's a lot of resources to being an independent teacher online. There are a bunch of groups and things that are really working towards that. Are you in Japan? Are you looking to go over there? I was an ESL teacher there for quite a while. I miss Japan and I miss Germany. Love it. Amy Lou used to work with special needs adults. Wow. I had an inclusion classroom, and that's part of I think where my heart lies is actually in special education. I'm not certified for special education yet, but I have taken many classes, and I think that's kind of one of my passions. So interesting. Okay, Kelly, what am I forgetting?
Let's see. We talked about the classes we teach. What other things did people want to know? Were we going to talk about how we make classes or how we decide?
Yeah, go ahead. How I know we talked about using the list.
Yes. Well, I mean, also just what are your passions, your life experience? What do people ask for? Yes. And then the class, I think what scares a lot of people away is making their own curriculum, and it doesn't have to be hard. I mean, I said earlier, things were transitioning to more academic classes, but I mean, the fun classes don't take a lot of work to come up with, but yes.
Maybe they'll pick back up too once kids get on a really good schedule.
Yeah, my daughter suggested I try this class again, like over Christmas or, when kids are off school again. So
good. Great. So for me, I already mentioned I was a kindergarten teacher. I'm kind of using my curriculum from that. So let's see. We'll have to ask Rebekah. I don't think she's going to make it. She has some classes in the work. I want to give her a shout out because she's been coming on here often, and she does a lot of funky, fun classes for young students. Like, have you seen like her rainbow class and all of that?
She has, yeah. My kids are too old to take her classes, but she does a lot of science classes and science classes for younger kids. So there's a lot of science classes on Outschool, but not everyone's doing them for younger kids. So she's kind of got a niche that not a lot of other teachers have. So if you want to get your child starting young, liking science, try one of her classes. I know Evelyn's taken some. Is she here?
She just asked, can I still come on? Of course.
Come. We were just talking about you.
I know. We're just talking about you. I wonder if she's on here. That's what I'm doing too, is science for little kids. And my next class, did I tell you about it, Kelly? I just got it approved.
No.
We are using shopping bags. We are reusing shopping bags. I keep calling them commissary because I've been living on a base for so many years, but reusing those plastic shopping bags to make jump ropes. We're talking about the importance of recycling and how we can reuse things that we find around our house. And I had a huge bag of shopping bags. So yeah, we're going to make some jump ropes in my next STEM class. Hey, Rebekah,
Cool.
thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Were you on YouTube? Did you hear us? We just started talking about you.
No, I just finished my Outschool class. I'm like, oh yeah, there's the live now.
Yeah, it was like perfect timing. We did a whole transition for you, talked about how awesome you are. So
what'd you say?
you have some really cool science classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought of another one. I go to Pinterest and then I make a lesson plan around what I see. So I make it my own, but it's very exploratory based because I gear it for the really young ones.
Yeah.
Where they can do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of doing things wrong, you know what I did in my STEM class yesterday? I was showing the kids, so we're exploring caves, and you have to do water on top of a sugar cube that's wrapped in clay because the clay is your hard rock, and the sugar cube is the softer rock. So we're teaching erosion and how it dissolves. Oh, this won't surprise anybody that I did this, but I turned my bowl, and it had like a spout over my laptop, and it's sugar. Right before I had done that, I had just slipped one of my laminated papers over my keyboard. I know.
No, I try to keep a cookie sheet on top of my keyboard just in case I show things up. I know that it's protected. It makes it hard to type, but I try to anything to do with vinegar or water or anything is covered.
Yep. I'm gonna have to start doing that. So my husband actually came up with this idea. He's like, why don't you go and tell them how you're teaching these science classes and coming up with these ideas. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your science classes and how you're teaching what you're teaching?
Sure. So I used to be a kindergarten teacher, just like you, Kasie. So my love is for the young ones, like the 5-6-year-olds. My daughter's 4, so I gear down to 4, like 3s and 4s. Because if my philosophy is, if my 4-year-old can do it at home, then these 3 and 4-year-olds can do it in Outschool with their parents nearby. Oh yeah. So it's food coloring. Most of my lessons have to do with food coloring. We just finished doing rainbow milk. So it's the magic milk with the soap in it. And I get colors on my hands all the time. But the good thing is it washes off. You know, it washes off for like a day and it's gone. I mean, I covered day after day. One time I let my daughter play with it afterwards and she had blue over her whole hand. I'm like, wash it off, took a bath later. It all came off because it's water-based. So so sorry about my hands.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're really working.
So I've had to learn to let go of my perfectionist with these classes. And that's really hard because like if they do it the way I tell them to do it, it is beautiful and it works wonderfully. But if they go and do their own thing, I still have to say, good job. Good job. Yeah, it was a good try, you know, and everything's positive and you just have to let it go because I'm also showing on Zoom a bird's eye view of what I'm doing. So if they don't have the right thing or the right ingredients or maybe just a little bit, it's not working right or whatever, they can see what I'm doing and they can see what it should be doing. Right. And then they have some success in that. Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Some of these lessons I have taught in my classroom. Okay. And I think I mentioned this in one of our groups, but it was like 45 minutes to an hour in my classroom because I have 20 kids and it's just me and my 8 at the time. So I'm thinking I need a 45-minute class, right? Well, what I didn't think about on Outschool is that sometimes the parents will do it for them and they'll count for them. Well, in my classes, I don't do these things for the kids at all. Right. Like, I don't, first week of school, they will hang up their own jacket. They will, you know, try things on their own. It takes us all day long to teach them how to hang up their jacket using the hooks and things, but they learn to do it on their own. Do you find that Outschool classes, you've had to make them a little bit shorter to accommodate for that at all? Or is this just with this one class that happened to me?
I'm not sure. Well, I left kindergarten a couple years ago.
Mhm.
I taught for 5 years, but then I left when my daughter was born. So I've just been doing online for the last 4 years.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
kind of rusty when it comes to classroom teaching. But I do know like some of mine do require them to pour things. So I do highly suggest a parent nearby. And most
Right.
parents are fine with, okay, I'll help you pour these really
Mhm.
big, heavy jugs, but you get to do the rest of it.
Right.
And so far in all like 100 some classes I've taught, the parents have been really good
Yeah.
and been helpful, but not overly helpful. And I
Mhm.
really appreciate all the parents because I do say this is for the younger age. It can
Mhm.
get just a little bit messy. So
Right.
just be nearby.
I do ask
Um,
them to be nearby because they do need help with it wrapping and things. Actually, the last two classes I've taught, they have been on it. The parents have been there, but they've let them do it, and I love that.
Yes, yes.
That's
Another thing
good.
I have my parents do is a lot of my things, like my rainbow milk that I just had here, if you
Mhm.
lift it to the camera, it messes it up.
Oh
So I
yeah.
say, parents, help tilt your camera down so that
Oh,
they
good
can
idea.
see it better. And so then they'll help tilt it down if the kids can't do it because they want to see like bird's eye view.
Every time I see that, I want Kelly. I want her to go like take a paintbrush and paint some bread and put it in the toaster to see. You
You
need
know,
to go with a big heart, maybe
I
not with blue or green.
yeah, I mean, I should
Right.
do that, but my toaster is covered with junk, and I really don't want to show the students my junky toaster. I haven't used it
I,
in so long that I'm like,
I
no,
don't mean in your
we won't go there.
classroom, just.
Yeah, clear off. Yeah, but I've got some new classes where we make Play-Doh together, and that's a little bit messy, but it's fun.
Good. And I know, Rebekah, one of your kiddos took Kelly's class, right?
Yes, my daughter took Kelly's
Yeah.
class, and that was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
she
one
was
of.
cute.
She was.
Aw.
She got really excited about this. I've learned don't do a class first thing in the morning, drag her out of the bed, say, have a class. She goes, I don't want to do a class. But if she has time to prep and going, class, tea party, okay, and she get like give her half an hour, she'll set up a whole station in her bedroom. And she doesn't have American Girl doll, so she borrowed her stuffed animals with her, and so she had names for all of them. Like, good.
Yeah. And she wasn't shy at all. Like some
No,
kids tell
no,
me
yeah.
she was like,
Yay.
yeah.
I just hit her miss the day before. She was so shy. She goes, I don't want to participate. What? This is a fun class. I thought you'd like it. You said yes, and I paid for it. Yeah. Well worked.
So neat. What was I just gonna say about that? Oh, I just forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah. Well, I love
Oh.
being a parent on Outschool too, and seeing the the behind the scenes of
Mhm.
being a parent and a teacher. It's definitely helped me in my classes to teach them.
That's where I was trying to go with it, and I forgot.
Right?
Maybe because my kids are going to be 20 and 22 in a couple of weeks. I don't know how that happens, guys, but it does. So
Yeah.
one of the cool things about Kelly's group, like we said, is parents can go in and find free and discounted classes. Teachers can offer it, but some of the teachers are parents too, and we get to take classes with our friends. Well, you guys
Yes.
can. I can just watch when they post them on YouTube and stuff to see.
Yeah. And you know what, too? The nice thing about the group, if you're a parent, you could go in and say, I have a 4-year-old and I want classes on whatever. I want classes on science. Who has classes? So you can get people to come to you.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. I love your group. It's helped me as a parent to be able to afford these classes. And I'm helping new teachers get like a test drive for these classes. And I always give good ratings because they always do a great job. They always do a great job.
Yes. And we know how important ratings are from the teacher end too. So, yeah.
Yeah. It still makes me nervous. I was like sick to my stomach nervous even yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. Why do I get like this?
Like I taught for so many years. I can teach online ESL like, almost in my sleep, but not really. But my first Outschool class, I'm like,
Yes.
I was going crazy. And now that same class, fine.
Really?
But every time I write a new class, I'm like, okay, what's the timing of this class? What if I run early? What if I need to go over? Like every time a brand new class gets out, Like, please
Right.
be like only 2 kids. Please be only 2 kids in the first time round, you know? Some of my classes are sold out the first day. I'm like, please don't bomb it.
Yes.
Pressure's on.
Kelly, you're always so chill. I can't imagine you getting all worried and worked up.
Well, yeah, definitely. My first Outschool class, I was nervous. It's just like your first VIP kid class, even though you've been doing online, you get nervous. And then, yes, like Rachel said, if you have Rebekah, if you have a new class coming out, yeah, each time, then that's something new. You can get nervous. So, yeah.
I was so nervous. My adrenaline was so high after it was done. I had a migraine.
No.
Well, because like I said, I made it for 45 minutes and I felt like I was really scrambling to fill in time with appropriate things that had to do with caves. Because in my classroom, in a kindergarten classroom, if I finished early, I could say, go to your math tubs. And that's part of the STEM, right? So you can have the science and then the math part to it. Go pull out the yesterday's science work or something. Even with my 5-year-olds, they knew what to do next. So I'm like, what if this finishes early?
25 5-year-olds, it takes a while for each one to do their step, but you're probably teaching like 6 at a time, and parents are right there helping them out. So they're having like one-on-one aids in your class, in your Outschool class. So they don't need as much help you walking around and go, oh, well, you stuck here. No, you're okay here. Oh, help your neighbor. It's different.
And they're more on task when they're one-on-one with their parent than when they're sitting 4 and 5 at a table by themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss it. Oh, I love it. Well, that's great. Rebekah, how did you think about going to Pinterest right away to find some classes, or what made you go
Okay,
that
so when I first started, I wanted to think of a really easy class. So I thought, okay, let's do like a math shapes hunt, or let's do a show and tell class. And so I tried that, and like no one was booking it. Probably because there's a ton of show and tell classes out there.
Oh.
So that's a hard thing to break into, but I wanted something really easy. Well, then I was on, Facebook all the time, and somehow somewhere it came up this like baking soda vinegar drawing type thing. I'm like, okay, let's try this with my daughter. And she just did, randomness because she's 4. Like, okay, can I turn this randomness into something more structured? And so that's where I came up with my most popular classes, where we make a fizzling rainbow. And we mix the colors together, and we put the colors on the baking soda in rainbow order, and so they come up with this beautiful rainbow. Now, sometimes kids just kind of dump things anywhere and just do whatever they want and make more of an oil slick, but whatever.
Oil slick rainbow.
Good job! It looks great! But that's my most popular class, and I have that one timed out to a T. It's beautiful. So then people would give me some other ideas from things that they saw on Facebook coming through. Okay, how can I adapt that? How can I change that? And then I started going to Pinterest, and I'm like, oh boy, there's so many out there. But I want to find ones that are an almost immediate reaction. I don't want an overnighter, because there's some cool things that you set it up and then the next day it reveals the thing, but that's hard to do in a class that's only 30 minutes long, unless you do like a summer camp where you can say, okay, set this up, come back tomorrow. I want something that was like, and there it is,
especially with the little ones.
Yeah, they want to see it right away. And even some of them they have to wait a whole minute for something to happen. But say, okay, hands away, just watch, let me know when something happens. And then when it does, I get that cool, like, wow moment.
Yeah. Oh, Marianne's son was so cute. I turned on like the document camera. He's like, whoa, I can see you. I can see the camera. And then we're going to make our cave. And he's like, whoa. So seeing the excitement was so cute. Although mine kept coming out like an igloo, but that was okay. I had blue clay. So. Do you both have ongoing classes, or?
I have one ongoing class, and it's a math class.
So I have a question about that. I'm getting my questions answered. I don't know about everybody but so an ongoing class, is that the one where they get charged like every Sunday? Or so it's not like at the beginning. They get the whole thing.
Right. It's like a drop in, drop out subscription based. So they can pay for each week as it goes. They can drop anytime you want. They can add anytime they want to add. If it's a multi-day course, they pay for the full month up front, and they have to show up every time in that month or that day camp or whatever it is.
Okay.
But ongoing, they can come and go. And that was the hardest part for me, because I'm like, withdraw, buy, stop subscription. I'm like, did I fail as a teacher? Why are you leaving me? But I remember I did say it's a drop in, drop out, come and go as you want. It's okay, kind of thing.
Right.
Which also means you don't want to build.
That's what I was going to ask
1
you.
week, 2 weeks, 3. You want everything to be a standalone. So I'm doing math games, and I'm doing 4 math games that I can make it. It's called Beat the Teacher. And so they have to play against me, either as a team of them versus me, or individually versus me, who can go the fastest. And I have 4 games, and I just rotate those 4 games over and over per month. So I know they can come and go. It was just going to be for the summer, but these kids like it. So I'm going, okay, repeat, because then they'll come and go as they want to, or I'll add a 5th game in there too. But that way they can come, have math games, and leave. And it doesn't have to be, oh, last week you missed it. No.
Yeah. So for me, I do a bunch of book classes that are ongoing. And so I go in order of how books are, book 1, but still it doesn't matter. A kid could join at book 6, and keep going. So yeah, the ongoing classes are good for book classes or games or discussion groups, something where like you don't have to, if you missed last week, you miss the class, and it's not like, so it's supposed to not build week to week, right? So that people can drop in and drop out.
So do they read the book ahead of time and then you discuss it?
Yes. So yes. They read it ahead of time, and then we do discussion questions. With the exception of one class, I only have 2 learners in one of my sections. And since there's only 2 people, they requested to read the book in class. So with them, I do, but most of them, they read it ahead of time, and then we talk about it. So, yes.
Interesting. I have certain books that I would love to do that with. But again, I'm like, oh, I got to go and ask permission. Teacher Daniel, hey Teacher Daniel, just checking in before my class in a couple of minutes. Beat the Teacher sounds amazing. Fun. Daniel, what kind of classes do you teach?
I think he teaches he teaches like sports discussion and video game.
You know, I love my sports.
Make some good movies too. I like his videos.
Yes. He has excellent videos. Especially like if you're a new teacher, that one he had about marketing, like I still use some of his ideas to this day.
Is
like
he the
about
teacher,
putting.
Daniel? Oh, sorry. That's also a VIP kid teacher?
I think so. Are you a VIP kid teacher, Daniel?
Yeah, let us know. I wonder if I reached out to him and asked him about coming on my channel for an interview once. Maybe it's not him. I'm trying to look at his picture. But interesting. All right. Well, I don't see any more questions in the chat. Rebekah, I just saw yours pop up. I don't see any more questions in the chat. If you have any last minute ones, let us know. If you guys have time to put your Outschool, the parent and the teacher ones, because what's going on is when you're sending them to me on Messenger, it's not allowing me to copy and paste them unless you have other words on there. So don't just send me a link if you want to send it for the description. Add like, here's my link, because it's making me click on it and then it's bringing me straight to mine instead of yours. So
okay.
You guys send them to me, maybe add a little bit of extra words in there so then I can just paste it. If not, it gives me this huge Facebook one on how I found it. So, but don't be afraid to post it in the chat. You're both moderators, so you can.
Okay.
I think that's it, guys. If you have questions for any of us, put them in the comments below. If it's for Kelly or for Rebekah, I will certainly get a hold of them. I think it's 7 days a week we chat now, guys. We're
all good friends now.
Yeah.
What's that?
We're all good friends now.
Yeah. And to think, Rebekah, I met you on your meetup that you hosted that time with your dad.
Yes.
So
and that was only the summer. Yeah. Oh, my dad's an Outschool too.
Oh, that's right. He's welcome.
Yeah. So he teaches origami. He teaches math magic tricks. He teaches card tricks because he's a math magician.
Yeah.
And he also has this class he's really excited about is traveling in Africa and learning tricks that correspond with his travels in South America and South Africa and Botswana. So it shows pictures of him there, but then also tricks that they can do like on their tabletop. And he's gonna like to walk them through that, and then everything you have like, wow, a magic trick that they get to do.
He is so much fun.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, he's a lot of fun. So if you look at Bob Bishop on Outschool, that's some good classes there.
That's awesome. You can add his link too. We'll put him on there too. All right, Kelly. Oh, you both got him. Now, is that your teacher one or?
So you asked for the teacher referral one, but did you want our profile that has a list of our classes?
Teacher and parent ones, whatever ones you want to put out there for them.
Okay, mine was my profile, but I'll add my referral link too.
So if you are a parent and you haven't signed up for Outschool, if you use one of our links, they both are putting theirs in the chat box now, and I will add them. I think it'll be easy for me to copy and paste. I will add them to the description box. Your first Outschool class is free up to $20, right, ladies?
Yes, and only one class is free, because when I was new, I thought I could do two $10 classes,
like a
and
credit.
you can't. Yeah, only one. Yeah.
Can I ask, what do you charge for your classes?
Depends.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. So all of them are $8 for a half hour, but my Fizzling Rainbow, which is my most popular one, I do $10 for a half hour because it is booking. I can do a little bit higher for that one. And I've increased that to 8 learners. All the rest are a cap of 6 learners.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think is a way to progress. I think that's a great way. Kelly?
Well, like Rebekah said, the more popular ones, you can charge more. So the American Girl one is $10 for 30 minutes. With my book classes, the 45-minute ones are $10. The 30-minute ones are $7 or $8, usually $8 for a 30-minute one. So yeah. That's what
we make 70% of what we charge. So, I mean, that's a whole nother topic discussion. And I was like, what? They take 30%, but it's so worth it. I had to learn about all of that. So they advertise for you and everything, but
just budget that. And you get paid all the time.
Yes, every day.
It goes in every day because you paid exactly 7 days after you teach a class. So last Saturday, I taught 3 classes. So I'm getting 3 paychecks today. Boom, boom, boom. One for every class.
Oh, fun. I didn't know that.
With the ongoing classes, you get paid like 10 days later on a Sunday. It's kind of like really weird and very like delayed on those. But then you don't get paid the day of. So like my math classes are on Thursdays. I don't get a paycheck on Thursdays. I get those like the next Sunday when I don't teach classes. So my husband's going,
wait, say that again. Ongoing.
Right. It's so confusing. So the one-time classes, you get paid exactly 7 days from the time you teach the class.
Okay.
The ongoing classes, you get paid a week from Sunday. So like if I teach this past Thursday, 2 days ago, last Thursday, I don't get paid tomorrow and Sunday. I get paid a week from tomorrow and Sunday.
Okay.
For that day. So it's very quite delayed.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know that because I've only taught, my first 2 classes were on the same day. They were both 30 minutes and I made $77 in 1 hour. So that was great. But so I saw it come in as 2 different classes because they were both 30 minutes, but they were taught on the same day. So my paycheck was on the same day. So I had no idea.
Yeah, but I like the emails because it'll say, you're getting paid this much money for this class you taught. And then down below it says for this time and this many learners.
Oh, okay.
So you can keep track of, which class, what day, how many learners. Oh, that's why this class was more income because I taught 4 learners. This one only taught 3 learners. Got it.
Oh, that's a good way to track it too, to see how your classes are building or reaching out to other people. So
and then you have to remind yourself, this class I got less because I gave a discount or I gave a free class. And,
Yeah. Kelly had to teach me that earlier too.
How to give the refund.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't even think about that changing things too. So great. Thanks for teaching me this stuff, guys. I'm still learning. All right. Are we forgetting anything else? Anything you can think of that we want to tell people about before we sign off here?
Well, I don't know what you talked about earlier, but it's kind of a hit or miss when you make your classes and design your classes. If it doesn't work, go whoop, try something new, try something new, and then you'll find your niche. Like I didn't do a whole lot of science teaching in my kindergarten class. We were mostly reading, writing, and like basic math. So going to these science experiments is fun for me because I didn't get to do that.
I love it.
And some of these things I don't know if I'd want to do in a class setting because of the mess involved and you need to follow directions. It's best to have like an aide per student. So now I get to have fun and I get to learn science. So I'm like, I'm learning with the kids. I'm watching YouTube videos and going, that's where it works. Now let's make it kid-friendly language to explain it.
My science center was like the quarter of my classroom. I made a huge science center my last 2 years. I had worms, 2 types of worms. I had like 3 or 4 fish tanks by the time we left. We had stick bugs and my rock collection. Like I love science. So
yes, and I totally agree with what Rebekah said. I tell that to new people all the time. Some classes just book better than others. That's just the way it is. So if you have a class that's not booking, create another class till you find something that books.
And shift things around. Like one class that booked really well this summer is crickets right now. It's just not going anywhere. So I'm starting to cancel, like reduce the number of availability and book those for other classes that are doing well. I'm shifting my schedule around going, okay, I don't want to sit through 3 classes of nobody. Let's take away 2 of those and go somewhere else and just kind of, feel it is. It is maybe more of a summer class. I don't know.
Yes.
have any of you tried, or have either of you tried flex classes?
No.
I haven't tried to teach one yet. I have enrolled my daughter in one. The trouble with that is I have to get her sitting down to watch the pre-made video to do the activity. And she goes, I don't want to right now. I don't want to.
Oh.
So as a parent, we're fighting that battle, but she's 4. Okay.
Right.
She's 4 and not in school yet. So there's a difference there. But I do like that because you could do it on your own time. You just have to pre-make the videos and pre-make the supplies and stuff.
So that's what I was thinking about this cave exploring class that I was teaching. That might be good as a flex class when a parent needs a science class to fit into their schedule, So I don't know.
You could always try it. Yeah.
I know. Well, great. Thank you guys so much. And I will add the links to the description box for anybody that needs them. And okay, and you got your dad on there. Perfect. I think that's it, guys. Thanks again.
Great.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week. I don't remember what day. Do you guys Friday?
I think you alternate Saturdays and Fridays.
Yeah, almost all of them were alternated. You'll see it. You'll get notified, or you can subscribe and hit the bell, and then you'll get notified when we go live again. All right, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.